I wanted to tell you what I have transitioned to. Chamomile was giving about 1.5 quarts per milking twice a day, and she was starting to get a softer bag when I came out. So I decided to transition her to mornings only. So this morning her bag was really nice and tight. This is more than a quart, so she's giving about 2.5 quarts now instead of 1.5 quarts. So I do that generally at about 4 months. With chamomile, it has as much to do with her feed as it does with how long she's been lactating. We just put her onto a drier part of pasture because it needs manure, and she's focusing on lusher parts of pasture, and it means that parasites will build up there and that the bad pasture will never become good pasture because it hasn't been grazed. So we have them stationed out in what we call the triangle so that everyone will do better all the way around. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was quality of milk. I have some 2-quart containers, so half-gallon containers that I really like to use because it takes up less space in the fridge. However, I've noticed that there's a profound taste difference between 2-quarters and 1-quarters. And my belief is that that's because it takes longer for the 2-quarters to cool down. Now, the warmer the milk stays, the longer the milk stays warm, the more bacteria can grow and process in it. So the faster it gets cold, the less bacteria, the better the milk tastes. So I have transitioned away from the 2-quarters because I like the milk to taste really fresh and to stay fresh a really long time. That would be alleviated if I was to freeze the milk in 2-quarters. I just don't really like to do that. We like to drink our milk within about 12 hours, 24 at the max, just because we like it to be as fresh as it can be anyway. So again, I use a coffee filter for straining in a little funnel, and I just cut a moon out of little bucket lids. With goats, you have to make sure the bucket is short enough. So she's actually giving more than this, by the way, but I don't wait for the foam to settle. I let the foam settle in the bucket, then I give it to the chickens. Because again, the more time you wait to get it strained and put in the fridge, the more bacteria can grow. So there we go.